Hey everybody, it's Bob from TNT. We're here on TNT Tuesday. This week we're in the manufacturing department. We're going to start a little thing, probably a once a month deal, where we're going to have manufacturing with Mary. She's primarily responsible for this end of the company. So we're going to give her a little highlight where she can spotlight a product. I just got done making a batch of XJ track bar mounts here on the press brake, so they'll head to welding here next. But we got Mary over here at one of our welding tables, and she's going to show you a little bit about how our trusses work. So pass you over to Mary, she'll get you caught up on trusses.
Hi everybody. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Mary, the other half of TNT Business Owners, and we're going to try to once in a while change things up and let you have a view of my face instead of Bob's. This is also our son Jason, who happens to be our lead welder right now, and he is in process of making one of our trusses. So I wanted to touch base with you today about the trusses. I know some of you know we have trusses, and if you do have trusses, go ahead and give us a thumbs up, because we like to see that you have trusses and you know how awesome they are. And if you don't, I'm here to explain to you the benefit of a TNT truss versus some of those that are on the market by our competitors. The first biggest difference that you're going to find with a TNT truss versus others is that they do not come to you as a bunch of puzzle pieces as laid out here on the table. A lot of companies can afford to ship you a cheaper truss due to the fact that it comes to you cut and ready for you to assemble, ready for you to figure out where everything goes. The beauty of the TNT truss is that it comes 100% completed and customized to your vehicle. When you purchase trusses from other companies, they have a cookie cutter form. This is it. This is all you get. The reason you are waiting for a TNT truss 5 to 10 business days is that we try to keep the main form on the shelf ready to go, but then you decide if you want 2 upper control arms, 1 upper control arm, a high steer track bar mount, a factory track bar mount, stretch coil buckets or standard coil buckets. Everything is customized to that suspension that you want to do. It's not just a JK truss or just a TJ truss, it's that 100% customized towards your build, and it makes it that much better. As you can see right now, Jason's working on a JK truss. This truss is going to be actually installed over at our auto shop, and it is going to reinforce the typical weak JK front axle. They have a tendency to want to smile over a little bit of use off-road, and it does not make you a happy smile. It makes you a sad smile. So we want you to be able to have the ability to strengthen that factory axle. So all the mounts that Jason is assembling here are going to go right back in factory location, because this customer is going to be using the factory system and factory runners. So once it's tacked, you can see that it's very simple for our guys to put these together. They got notches to follow. This way. They got notches for things to get set into and welded, and it always comes out perfect. There's no need for you to try to figure out, how do you get this on the axle? How do you get everything lined up? Oh, once I cleaned off all my parts, where do these go back? There's no need for you to worry about all that, because it comes all the way assembled just like this. You drop it on, you weld it on, you have a great product that didn't cost you a lot of time and aggravation. I want to come over to this other bench and show you a few of our other trusses. Very common is swapping out a different axle into your vehicle. Not just taking the factory axle and strengthening it, but also taking a waggy axle and putting it in a TJ, a JK axle into a TJ, a super duty axle into a JK. There's all different kinds of options that we in the off-road community have come up with, and we have answers for many, if not most, of your problems. If we don't have a truss for it, it's because we don't feel it's a good axle to go into your vehicle. If it's not going to work in the best way that we think it's you could run your vehicle. We're not going to make one for you. So I wanted to show you a couple examples. This one is a rear truss. We don't only make front, we also make rear. Right now it's just the blank form, but it could be welded with our factory upper control arm mounts. It could be welded with our, what we use is our tri-hat on our suspension. It can be made to just drop on an axle just to strengthen it, or you can use it as a swap. The big difference between us and other competitors, as I said, is we can do customizing of the trusses. These two trusses are identical TJ44 axle trusses. You want to strengthen that TJ, or yours broke and you got a different one and you're going to put it in, you're going to beef this one up before you spend all that time and effort. We have the ability built into our trusses to give you, with our standard coil cups, you can get 1 inch to 1.5 inches stretchability on your front end, or if you want stretch coil cups, you can get up to 3 inches of stretch on your front axle. By that I mean moving your axle forward. I'm sure some of you out there have put this stretch combo on their vehicles and our steering stretch kits. You know, once again, let everybody know how great you think those are, because it makes the swap so much easier for you. Give us a thumbs up or something. That would be great to let people know that you're watching. The upper control arm mounts are still in factory position. Our suspension is designed to work with factory suspension, so we sell a lot, if not all, with the two upper mounts located in factory location. On occasion, somebody just wants to run a 3-link, and we leave the mount off that you don't need. Along with stretching your front end, along with lifting your Jeep, and along with all the other stuff, of course your track bar systems change however you have things set up. We have the high steer track bar mount on this truss, and we have the over the knuckle track bar mount on this truss. We also have a factory style track bar mount that we could put on Jeeps. So it's whatever you need, whatever you want, we can build it to fit your needs. Does anybody have questions about this? I know there's some people watching the videos. No questions so far, so that's about all I have to say about these trusses, other than they are 100% drop on. Oh, I know I was going to tell you. Obviously, when you put on these trusses onto different axles, you also need lower control arm mounts, you also need sway bar and link mounts, you need some of these other things. We also make all of those components to complement the truss, and you would have to weld those on after you get your truss on. So they are the only components that come separate, fully ready to go and be welded onto the truss. Anything else I'm not covering? Does anybody know anything else? Okay, so I want to tell you guys, keep watching TNT. We're going to have manufacturing Tuesdays, probably once a month, and we'll start featuring different products. If you guys have products that you want to see in the manufacturing process, go ahead and let us know so that we can plan that for the next one, or a few out, whatever you would like to see us putting together. We can get that all done and satisfy your curiosity. Well, your hand signals are wrong. As I said, Jason does all of the welding of the trusses at this time, so he is also the one that helps break them, jig them, put it all together, and he can answer any questions on any trusses. Also, I was thinking, if there was some axles that you think that we should make a truss for, that you don't currently see on our website, please let us know that, and we can investigate those different axles that are out there that you might be thinking, I would put this in if I could come up with a better way to do it. We have great staff here to answer any questions on swapping axles into your Jeeps, why some work better than others, why you should go this way or that way. If you call and talk to Tanner or Bob, you can get all your answers on whatever you might be coming up with. If there's anything I know, TNT has tried all kinds of things in the last 14 years of dialing this in, and we can get it to you the best way that it can be.
You got a request for some Toyota axles.
Toyota axles. Oh, we have talked many times about getting into the Toyota world, and it might not be something that we aren't opposed to. I think Toyota is definitely a branch that we have looked at going into, whether it's axles or body armor or all kinds of slider, skid plates, all kinds of that stuff. Your suggestions are helpful to us to knowing which products we should do next. What should we develop? We have a million ideas, but we got to come up with a plan and attack things one at a time. As you know, the Jeep world keeps throwing us new Jeeps to build parts for too, but we are not opposed to just sticking to just Jeeps. Toyota would be awesome too. Does anybody have any other suggestions and things that we may need?
JL products you want to talk about?
JL products, well, so far we have front and rear bumper, tire carrier, sliders for the JLs are out. We've got the first engine skids for the 2-door and for the 4-door because they are different. Next will be coming the transfer case and gas skids for those JL products. Those are the next things to get done. And then, very hopefully soon, the Gladiator products will start coming out. We have some of those things are in the works. They're not 100% dialed in yet, but ever evolving is that. I don't know too much about armor other than sliders for those Gladiators, but it's a start. We can come up with stuff. Once again, anything that you can think of, you can let us know, and these guys know how to make anything. And even if you have a custom thing, that is why the name's TNT Customs, because we do a lot of one-off things for people. Other corporations are too big to do that sort of stuff. They have their process. They can only give you the cookie cutter that they have designed. We do a lot of custom things. You just got to be willing to wait a little bit for us to get it into the production schedule. But with communication to our staff, we can cut you special corners for your JK, special corners for your TJ that's already been hacked all up and now you want to go back stretching it. We can do all of those things. That is why we are TNT Customs, and that is one thing that sets us apart from being the cookie cutter manufacturer out there. Trying to think if there was anything else I needed to cover. I'm standing here looking in my production facility and it's all quiet because we kicked them out for this lunch hour. But just glancing up at our shelves, we have a lot of our parts are just in time manufacturing, which means we have the subcomponents cut and broke and waiting for you to say, oh, I want a 3-inch flare on my corner, I want a 4.5-inch flare on my corner, I want a 6-inch flare on my corner. They're stacked and ready to go, but to save on space and constraints of material and all that, we have it just in time, so it takes not as long to produce things. Once again, it goes back to being the custom part, because if we just stocked what everybody else stocks, that doesn't make us anything special. Being able to build you what you need for your rig, for your specific needs, helps you master your terrain and not fit into everybody else's terrain. Makes you be special on the trail, and that's our goal, is to get you where you want to be.
A couple people are asking what we have coming up, shows, events, where we're going to be over the next couple months.
Okay, our biggest thing we're doing in next week, Bob and some of the guys, media, head up to 605 on the Rocks in South Dakota. That's going to be the end of next week. And then it's sponsored by TNT, so it's a big event for the Black Hills area. The following week, I get to go up there and stay with Bob for our 4 exploring event called Rockin' Woods. And that one is a week long, and it's the 2nd annual Rockin' Woods. So we dialed in last year, had a great time. For sure got to do it again this year. So that's the 4th of July week. We'll be up there the whole week of 4th of July. Set Them Free is the weekend after, and that is down in Buena Vista, Colorado. We will have people there. I'm not sure yet which ones, but for sure TNT will be at Set Them Free. I'm pretty certain the weekend after that we are, Crawl America for Mason and Chuck. I know we end July, Trail Tour. Bob and I get to go away from everybody else and kind of a little fun with the trail tour trip the last week of July. First week of August is All for Fun, which is the Colorado, big Colorado event, 52nd All for Fun event in Buena Vista. Of course, we'll be there with a lot of people in our TNT organization. And then I think somewhere towards the end of August, we have another for exploring the Morrison Jeep Trail, which is up in northern Wyoming. Oh, and next weekend, I forgot that one. Just this coming weekend, there is an event up in Sheridan, Wyoming, called the Bighorns Jeep event. And we have Jason and Lindsay are going to be up there representing TNT in our Wyoming event, which is pretty awesome to be able to do something in our home territory. So we got stuff going all over. Maybe one of our goals in the next month or so is to get an events page up on our website and trying to keep you guys informed of where we're going to be. I know the summer is booked. We got some stuff going into September, and then as everybody knows, it starts to slow down a little bit towards the fall, but that's not saying we won't be going other places. And hopefully we can see a bunch of you out there, and you can see these products firsthand and learn by sight, feeling, touching, seeing in action how well the TNT products are manufactured right here in Wyoming. Any other questions out there? Yeah, okay. Well, if we don't have any other questions, I really want to thank everybody for coming in and seeing manufacturing. Let us know what you want to see next. We can get some other jigs set up and everything so you can see a process of what we're making. And we're always open to your ideas of what we should make next. So thanks. We'll see you again next Tuesday.